The air, thick and humid, clung to Robert Evans the moment he stepped off the plane onto Macau's tarmac. It was 1989, and this small, vibrant peninsula, clinging to the edge of Asia, pulsed with a rhythm unlike anything he'd known. Robert, a meticulous American engineer in his mid-40s, stood 5 feet 9 inches with glasses perched on his nose, his navy blue business suit already feeling a touch too heavy in the subtropical embrace. A cacophony of Cantonese chatter, distant ferry horns, and the low hum of construction equipment enveloped him. A symphony of a city awakening to a new era. Beyond the modest airport, the landscape beckoned with a blend of colonial architecture, ancient temples tucked into narrow alleyways, and the audacious glittering promise of casinos, dominated by the multi-tiered Hotel Lisboa, its cream and rose facade a beacon in the humid haze. Robert was here to transform the Macau Jockey Club, a sprawling, aging horse racing facility, into a world-class venue. It was a project that had called to him across continents, promising a challenge worthy of his formidable reputation. He inhaled deeply, the air tasting of salt, exhaust, and something indefinably exotic, a cocktail of the past and a rapidly accelerating future. His eyes, keen and analytical behind his lenses, scanned the horizon. He felt the weight of expectation, not just from the club, but from himself. This wasn't merely a job. It was an undertaking that would define a significant chapter of his life, a grand gamble in a city built on chance. A black sedan gleaming in the tropical light pulled silently to the curb, its driver holding a sign bearing his name. The real work was about to begin. The black sedan, its engine a quiet hum, ferried Robert deeper into Macau. His eyes, trained by years of surveying the world's grandest construction sites, devoured the cityscape. Gone were the initial glimpses of picturesque colonial streets, replaced by a more rugged reality as they approached the Macau Jockey Club. The car pulled up to a sprawling, somewhat faded entrance, a testament to a bygone era. Before him lay the old harness racing track, its worn dirt surface stretching like a forgotten ribbon. The grandstand, a massive concrete and steel structure, loomed like a sleeping giant, its once vibrant paint peeling, its empty rows of seats whispering of past glories and current neglect. This was the raw material, the colossal challenge. Robert stepped out, the humid air heavy with the scent of damp earth and distant salt. He ran a hand over the rough concrete of a nearby pillar, feeling the years embedded in its surface. This wasn't just a renovation, it was an archaeological excavation of ambition. He envisioned the thundering hooves, the roar of the crowd, the arc lights illuminating the track under a new, electrifying night sky. The sheer scale was daunting, a puzzle of engineering, logistics, and raw will. But for Robert, it was also exhilarating. His career was built on transforming decay into destiny, and this was perhaps the largest canvas he'd ever been given. A faint, almost imperceptible vibration seemed to rise from the very ground beneath his feet, a silent hum of untapped potential waiting for his touch. While Robert delved into blueprints and concrete, Mary and Tiffany Evans began their own, far more vibrant immersion into Macau. Their car, driven by the ever-patient Mr. Chan, a man with a kind smile and an encyclopedic knowledge of the city's hidden gems, dropped them at the edge of Senado Square. The moment they stepped out, they were enveloped in a kaleidoscope of sensory delight. Cobblestone streets, worn smooth by centuries of footsteps, wound between pastel-colored colonial buildings with wrought-iron balconies. The air vibrated with the chatter of vendors, the clatter of mahjong tiles, and the sweet, lingering scent of egg tarts fresh from a bakery. Tiffany, with her bright red hair a fiery beacon, gasped, her eyes wide with unadulterated wonder. She pointed at intricate ceramic tiles, at a street performer creating delicate sugar art, at the vibrant red and gold lanterns strung across narrow alleys. Mary, in her preferred green dress, adorned with a subtle floral design, felt a smile bloom on her face. This was not the sterile concrete world Robert navigated. This was living history, a vibrant tapestry of Portuguese charm and ancient Chinese traditions. She bought Tiffany a brightly painted wooden bird, its wings carved for flight, a simple souvenir that felt like a tiny piece of the city's soul. This chaotic beauty, this unexpected fusion, was exactly what she had hoped for, a stark, captivating contrast to the disciplined world of engineering. The city, in its whimsical, unpredictable way, was already beginning to weave its magic around them. The scent of stale cigars and fresh ambition filled Mr. Costa's temporary office at the Macau Jockey Club. Mr. Costa, a Portuguese man in his 50s with light brown hair and a slightly chubby build, stood 5 feet 7 inches tall, his white shirt and khaki pants surprisingly uncreased despite the humid air. He gestured Robert to a chair opposite his imposing desk. As the temporary overseer of the MJC project from the Portuguese consulate, Mr. Costa exuded an air of quiet authority and diplomatic precision. "Mr. Evans," he began, his voice a smooth, cultured baritone, "your reputation precedes you. Rebuilding this club is not merely an engineering feat. It is a declaration, a statement to Asia that Macau is ready for a new era of prosperity and prestige." Robert, adjusting his glasses, nodded, acknowledging the unspoken weight of the political stakes. Mr. Costa spread a large, faded map of Macau across the desk, his finger tracing the outlines of the peninsula. "We foresee a grand vision, a Las Vegas of Asia, if you will. But unlike Las Vegas, our foundation is already steeped in centuries of history and a unique blend of cultures. The new Jockey Club will be its glittering crown." His eyes, sharp and intelligent, met Robert's. "There will be challenges, Mr. Evans, bureaucracy, unexpected obstacles, the sheer ambition of it all. But we believe you possess the vision and the fortitude to conquer them. Macau, and indeed the future of this territory, depends on it." The words hung in the air, a blend of polite welcome and an immense, almost daunting responsibility. The scale of the transformation, both of the track and of Macau itself, felt heavier than any steel beam Robert had ever hoisted. Robert's days quickly fell into a relentless rhythm of analysis and planning. He moved through the skeletal framework of the old grandstand, his navy suit often smudged with dust and chalk, his mind a whir of calculations and structural diagrams. He inspected rusted girders, chipped concrete, and measured forgotten foundations, meticulously detailing every flaw, every weakness. For him, the challenge was in the tangible, the solvable equation of steel and stone. Meanwhile, Mary and Tiffany explored a different Macau. Guided by Mr. Chan, their green dress and bright red hair a splash of color against ancient backdrops, they discovered the serene solitude of the Ama Temple. Its intricate eaves and curling incense smoke a stark contrast to Robert's industrial landscape. They wandered through vibrant street markets, their senses alive with the scent of dried herbs and the calls of vendors. One afternoon, they found a small, hidden antique shop, its interior a treasure trove of forgotten porcelain and aged silks. Tiffany gasped, holding up a delicate painted fan, her delight mirroring the quiet joy Mary felt in discovering these tranquil oases within the city's bustle. Robert, amidst his blueprints late one evening, received a call from Mary, her voice bright with stories of their day. He smiled, a rare genuine curve of his lips. He understood their journey was different but equally vital. Their exploration of Macau's soul provided the very purpose for his relentless work, painting a vibrant picture of the life they were building. The city, in its dual nature of ancient charm and raw ambition, began to reveal its true, complex magic.